Intermittent fasting has become an increasingly popular eating regimen where you cycle between periods of time where you're fasting with no food, followed by a period of time where you're eating for a specified eating window. Sounds fairly simple, right? As an intermittent fasting enthusiast myself, I can say with confidence that it is that simple. But please note that it's easier said than done, especially if you're just starting out with intermittent fasting. In any case, does intermittent fasting really work? And if so, why does it work? And that's a common question for curious people who are just starting out with this fasting approach or just learning about intermittent fasting overall. And it's actually a great question, but long story short, yes, without a doubt, intermittent fasting absolutely works, but not just for the reasons that you might be thinking of. So keep on watching to stay tuned and find out why. Don't forget to show love, subscribe, and help me grow. Let's get started. 99% of people who just start out hearing about intermittent fasting initially believe that you are pretty much starving yourself because all they hear is that you're not eating for a specified period of time, whether it be 16 hours for your 16/8 fasting window, or whether it be 18 hours or 20 hours of fasting. Regardless, they consider that time of you not eating a period of starvation, which, by the way, is completely wrong, because while you're intermittent fasting, yes, during your fasted window, you do not eat, but during your eating window, you are supposed to eat a balanced meal. Ideally, you eat everything that you would typically eat, but within a restricted window. So you still eat everything that's required to get your daily nutritional needs and your vitamins and nutrients, but you're just eating it within a restricted window. So think of it like this. Intermittent fasting is not about the types of food that you eat, it's about when you decide to eat. But as that starvation myth continues to spread, the overarching belief is that you simply lose weight because you're not eating. But nah, that's a bad interpretation. Here's a better understanding. Let's say you are just about to begin intermittent fasting. You can actually continue to eat what you normally eat in your current day. So before you begin intermittent fasting, what was your diet? What were you eating? You can continue with that diet even while you're intermittent fasting, but just limit it to a restricted window. By example, let's say 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So to clarify, you are not changing your diet. All you're doing is deciding to change when you eat. And by that example, it's 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. as opposed to eating all throughout the day, at night, in the afternoon, and sometimes over the night, depending on how much you're snacking. Studies show that after doing this for just a few weeks, most people will begin to see some weight loss. And if you do not see any weight loss, you will at least see a change in your body composition, meaning you will lose more fat for sure, depending on how long you stick to it. So again, it's not about starvation, it's more so about when you decide to eat. And I know the next question is, why does this work? It really comes down to insulin, which helps to bring sugar into the fat cells and keeps it there or stores it there. And to give you a better definition, insulin is a hormone produced in the pancreas and it regulates the amount of glucose in the blood. After not eating for a period of time, your insulin levels can finally go down and our fat cells can then release their stored sugar to be used as energy. So in other words, when intermittent fasting, we lose weight because we let our insulin levels go down, not because we're starving. And when we let our insulin levels go down far enough, that's when our bodies begin to burn fat as fuel, which is mostly how intermittent fasting works from a weight loss perspective. But even if you take away the fact that it's a great weight loss and fat loss tool, here's another reason why intermittent fasting really works. There was a university study that I'll post in the description box below, but it consisted of a small group of men and lasted for about 4 months. They split the men into 2 groups and they compared a form of intermittent fasting where all meals were taken between 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. versus when meals were spread out over 12 hours. By the way, both groups ate the same foods throughout, and this is what they found. Both groups actually maintained their weight, so they did not lose or gain. But they found that the group that ate between 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. had dramatically lower insulin levels and significantly improved insulin sensitivity, which allows cells in your body to use blood glucose more effectively. This group also had lower blood pressure levels as well. And to top it off, the group that ate between 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. also had a significant decrease in appetite, making this a more sustainable approach over time from the perspective of someone being able to stick to something without constantly fighting those hunger pains. So from that study, we can also get that even if you don't lose a single pound, intermittent fasting can help improve your health in other ways. It's just not about losing weight. And that's why intermittent fasting really works. It's a win-win scenario regardless of if you lose weight or not. So if you lose weight, great. But more importantly, you become healthier. And as you might already know, not all intermittent fasting approaches are the same. There's OMAD, or 1 meal a day. There's 16-8, where you fast for 16 hours and have an 8-hour eating window. There's ADF, or alternate day fasting, where you fast every other day. The key is to find an approach that is most effective, convenient, and sustainable for yourself. And regardless of which approach you decide to take, it's always important to maintain a balanced and nutritious diet. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Be sure to comment below and let me know your thoughts. As always, thank you for watching. This is Lou from YA Strength. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.